Tonight on KNWA News.
Holly really exemplifies resilience, and her story is all about overcoming adversity.
A Northwest Arkansas girl who followed her passion despite all obstacles. Life is cut short. We'll show you how her story lives on.
Sharing faith with man's best friend.
I like seeing all the dogs, and I like them being happy to get blessed. I like that.
We'll take you to the church where animals of all varieties were welcomed with open arms.
And it's a problem that affects 1 in every 5 people. The cuts to mental health funding made by the state legislature. 10 minutes of nonstop news starts right now.
Now, from the station proudly serving the Northwest Arkansas community, this is KNWA News at 10 in high definition.
And good evening to you. I'm Nate Kuester.
And I'm Laine Baker. Thanks for joining us tonight. A University of Arkansas duo chronicling the career of a Fayetteville teen. The team's documentary about the 18-year-old figure skater playing tonight at the Jones Center.
Samantha Jones is in studio tonight to tell us about the story of triumph and tragedy. Sam.
18-year-old Holly Grisso's first love was figure skating, a love that was nearly taken from her not once, not twice, but 3 times after multiple heart surgeries. Always a fighter, Holly taught herself to skate again and got back on the ice.
I couldn't skate anymore. It was just like really sad.
Holly Grisso has been ice skating since she was just 3 years old.
Coached her for a long time. I feel like she's a second daughter.
She was born with a heart defect that she refused to let hold her back.
She's been all over the country. She's won numerous gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals.
Last November, Holly had a 3rd heart surgery.
And she was always determined to get back on the ice and get going.
Within 6 weeks, she was back at the rink and competing.
Holly really exemplifies resilience, and her story is all about overcoming adversity.
Those qualities catching the attention of 2 University of Arkansas students.
By the time we were shooting, which was 2 years after her surgery, she was already back doing her thing.
Who played their finished documentary for dozens of Holly's friends and family Sunday.
We found out a week before this film was set to air that she would not be with us.
On September 19th, Holly's car hit a median on I-40, flipping multiple times, killing the Fayetteville native.
It doesn't seem like she's not here.
And breaking the hearts of everyone who knew her.
For all she's been through and all of her struggles, and to leave this earth that way, it doesn't seem right.
But they say they find solace in knowing her memory and love for skating will be told for years to come.
It is such a privilege that we got to be a part of her life.
How blessed are we to have this documentary with the events that have happened, and now that Holly's not here with us on this earth physically, you know, how blessed are we to have her story, her whole life story.
A scholarship fund for future ice skaters has been set up in Holly's name at the Jones Center in Springdale. In studio tonight, I'm Samantha Jones, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News. Nate.
All right, thank you for that story, Samantha. And KNWA is your local election headquarters. Hillary Clinton visited Charlotte today, nearly 2 weeks after police killed a black man that led to widespread riots. The Trump campaign defending their candidate after a New York Times report on his business losses and tax deductions. Trump supporters praising the billionaire while the Clinton campaign is still asking him to release his tax returns.
We can call for reforms to policing while still appreciating the many courageous and admirable officers out there.
And Donald Trump's team is on spin control after a New York Times article on the candidate's 1995 tax returns showing an almost $916 million loss so big he could have legally avoided paying taxes for 18 years.
The reality is he's a genius. What he did was he took advantage of something that could save his enterprise, and he did something we admire in America. He came back.
Trump's team says he's now back on message as most polls continue to show him behind Clinton.
And in Springdale, police need your help finding a young man involved in a disturbance Saturday. 20-year-old Jonathan Medrano was last seen in Springdale wearing a black shirt, red shorts, black shoes, and red socks with a marijuana logo. Medrano is wanted for domestic battery in the 2nd degree. Police say they do not believe he poses a threat to the public, but if you see him, please contact Springdale Police at the number you see on your screen. 1 in 5 adults suffer from a mental illness, and half of all chronic mental illnesses begin by age 14. That according to the National Alliance on Mental Health. And just this week, the Arkansas legislature cut funding for mental illness. KNWA's Isabella Moeller speaking with one family who shares the impact that cut will have on everyone.
Cameron is a football lover, and Caleb is basketball lover.
Growing up, Jeanette Williams-Smith says her twin boys have been very active.
Pretty much, if it's a ball involved, they enjoy it, and they're swimmers.
But she says she always knew something was wrong.
Then when they get the diagnosis right before they were 12 of autism, I was like, well, that explains, because I had to really work with them on their social skills.
Born premature, she was never sure if her sons were dealing with developmental or mental disabilities.
Now Cameron I can really see the depression and the anxiety.
And after all the professional help she and her family have sought out, she can't imagine other families not having the same help.
This is important, and you can't cut services. This is just like a medical illness. I mean, this is a brain disorder.
Sunday night, advocates and families meeting on the steps of the Capitol to talk about recent budget cuts for mental illnesses. Last week, the Arkansas legislature cut money that will limit group therapy for Medicaid recipients. Those cuts include therapy session times and visits per year.
The states around us did not use the group therapy in that manner.
Diane Skaggs, executive director for the Mental Health Council of Arkansas, explains the argument for the cuts is Arkansas overuses those funds, but she argues
the states surrounding us have many psychiatric hospitals, state-run psychiatric hospitals. They have other programs.
This is Cameron. Yeah, that was when they were on stage. This is the Delta Sigma Theta sorority.
Jeanette fears the cuts will only lead to more.
What we have to do is advocate, because one cut is going to lead to another cut.
And the Williams-Smith family says mental illness is more common than you may think, and it's time to speak up to get the funds families need to help fight it.
Many churches across the country preparing to celebrate the Feast of St. Francis tomorrow. And right here in Fayetteville, one church celebrating the feast with their annual animal blessing ceremony. KNWA's Chelsea Brown joins us live now in studio with that story. Chelsea.
That's right, Nate. Tonight, animals filled the green space at St. Paul's Episcopal Church right here in Fayetteville. The church holds the ceremony every year just on the closest Sunday to the Feast of St. Francis.
The Feast of St. Francis is a wonderful opportunity for us to give thanks for all of creation, and especially for the animals.
St. Francis, a patron saint born in the 12th century, remembered for his love of animals.
He just had one of those hearts that was open to all creation.
Sunday ceremony blessing pets on earth and remembering those that have passed.
We remember the pet companions who died and have a prayer for them. 2 people brought the cremains of their pets, and we offer a blessing for all of the pets.
London West attending the ceremony for her 3rd year with her dog Willow.
I like seeing all of the dogs, and I like them being happy to get blessed. I like that.
And with holy water, Reverend Grisham blessing cats, dogs, and even hamsters one by one.
It's a wonderful thing to be loved by a pet. They teach us how to love unconditionally and how to be joyful and enthusiastic at the presence of another, and to be alert to all of creation.
Now, the church also took donations for local animal shelters at today's ceremony. In studio, I'm Chelsea Brown for KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
Yep, you have a Great Dane and a hamster.
Yep,
I love it.
It's a good combo.
Yeah. Well, the Zika virus showing up in new testing. Find out where these mosquitoes are and what's being done to stop the virus from spreading.
And later, a new bride falling ill just days before her wedding. How the hospital helped create a special day for the couple.
We've got another beautiful day ahead, but changes are in the forecast, including the potential for some storms, maybe even some stronger storms. We'll have that coming up in your forecast next.
Live from the Dixon in HD, Laine Baker, Nate Custer, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, and Aaron Peters with your Razorback Nation report. This is KNWA News at 10. Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control.